is your morning stretch routine. So we're gonna start with 5 cat-cows. Inhale, look up, tailbone up. Exhale, as you push the floor away, tuck your tailbone, look towards your belly button. So move with your breath. And so now that we've stretched the spine like that, you want to give the spine a chance to kind of balance out. So you're going to kick your left heel back and reach your right fingertips forward. And so while you're doing this, pull your core up so it's nice and engaged. And you're going to do 2 times through. So each side you're going to do twice, so 4 total. And then from here, take a nice child's pose, stretch out the low back. Pause the video and just hang out as long as you want to there. And then we're gonna focus on the upper back by coming into puppy dog. So elbows down, pull your head in between your biceps. From there, let's take a Sphinx pose. So your elbows are gonna be right below your shoulders, and you're gonna look up. On this one, you can take your strap and attach it to your foot and hold it over your shoulder. That one feels really nice. It really helps you get into the hip flexor part of the stretch. So if you do that, make sure you do both sides, hang out as long as you want. And then from there, I would say take a single leg hamstring stretch for as long as you want to hang out on each side. Again, just pause the video for the length of time. And you're going to do both legs. So you just want to make sure your leg is relaxed on the ground. You don't want to be pulling it up or anything crazy like that. So we'll do both legs individually, and then we're going to do both legs together. And so use the strap here if you need to be able to reach, your leg there, and then on the other side, and then you can pull it around both feet. And then if you do it with the strap, then you can sit up into a seated position. Just make sure your chest is forward and your shoulders are back and down. So that's a nice stretch right there. All right, and then take your shin and line it up with the side of your mat, or just look down and make sure it's at 90 degrees if you're not on a mat. And then you're going to take your hands and put them on the outside of the left quadricep if you're starting on the left side with the left leg forward. And you're just going to twist. You should feel a nice stretch in the low back on that side, and the open part of the hip flexor on the front side of the hip on the right side. And so you can either just kind of switch your legs like that and then turn to the back, or you can just go through the same setup with the right side, like so. So you've got 90 degrees on the front leg, 90-degree bend on the back leg. Just keep your posture nice and tall. Right, and then from there, let's open the hips on the frontal plane and take a butterfly stretch. So you can twist into either side if that feels good, and it feels good to me. All right, and then the final stretch I would recommend for your morning routine is the low back stretch. So just make a couple circles with your knee, which is actually just making a circle with your hip. And then, so I have my right leg, so I'm gonna take my left hand and put it on the outside of my right knee and pull that across. And then I'm going to look towards my right side. So we're finishing kind of where we started. We're stretching the full spine, but we're stretching the spine in a different plane of motion than we did on the first one. So do that side, come back to center, switch legs, couple of hip circles, right hand on the outside of that left knee, pull it across, look towards the left, so that's a deep stretch. So after I do both sides, I like to come into happy baby. So bringing the knees up like so at about 90 degrees, and you're just gonna rock back and forth on your low back. And that kind of helps you settle into that deep stretch. So hope that helps and enjoy.